Okay, I've started the recording, so no more of that shit, Josh.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, my dad is a foreigner, and my mom said "Ready, Freddie" to him when they first started dating, and my dad was like, "Who's Freddie?" and thought she was like dating some other guy
Oh my
apparently.
god.
My
How do you
mama said
know?
that to me forever.
Yeah,
Trying to remember how to do a link to a timestamp in a YouTube video.
Oh
It's
shoot, I never figured that out.
ampersand t equals, and then you put in the hours,
Well,
minutes,
there's
seconds.
a way to
Oh
do
yeah,
it
you can
just
just
from
right
the.
click on the screen pretty much. Okay. So, what the hell were we doing? Oh, you were hanging out with my drug dealer.
Yeah, and we were gonna cast some spells on him.
Mad Peter.
You want to do a hype trap? We could do like that 5 second there from starting from there.
Okay. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Punk version of "You're Welcome."
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, just think about it. I mean, could you get? I can imagine it. That just play. Namcath comes out of stealth, double shirks somebody, and walks away. You're welcome.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would be ideal if your hype track in particular played at the end of your turn, but
Yeah.
oh well.
Oh well. So
That's all right. I've got something, just as appropriate for Nomcath that you'll love. I believe they're singing "Give Me a Cat After Midnight."
all right. So I think we pretty much. Oh, actually, no. Wasn't Ulfred was thinking about casting a restoration on this poor guy?
A break enchantment too.
All right, you need to spend an hour switching stuff around, I presume. I don't think you guys really used any spells today.
No, I'm
No.
still pretty good on spells. Oh my god, my dog.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure he was doing. I'm sure he was doing that while Krokta was taking over the Chipmunk Empire.
Helping.
yeah.
Oh god. We're not going to do more Chipmunk RP, are we?
I mean, why wouldn't we?
Let's
I thought it was
see.
like resoundingly the most popular thing we've ever done.
God,
I
I hope
mean,
that's not true.
now that
I hope
Krokta,
that's not
is the
true.
ruler of entire Chipmunk Nation, I think we gotta.
Yeah, I mean a chipmunk neighborhood of 200 square foot area.
Krokta finally discovered her persona. Sorry, you can't deprive her of that.
Okay. Yeah, you can switch your spells. I also offered you guys the opportunity to just rest here if you want. He seems pretty harmless, especially now. And this place seems pretty safe. It's pretty well hidden from the outside. And there are low grade little pockets of radiation, but according to the Geiger counter, it's not dangerous.
I think it's still pretty early for us because we basically came here right after sleeping.
Okay. All right. So you're going to switch spells, and what are you going to start with?
I think I'll start with I'll start with break enchantment because if it's something that was forced on him, then I wouldn't have to waste the resources with restoration.
You can also, I mean, you have the heal skill, and in Pathfinder, unlike in the United States, healthcare includes mental health care. So you could ask him a series of questions, kind of spend an hour or two talking to him and trying to figure out, what the fuck happened to him.
Can I take 10 on that or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, I'll let you roll it or take 10, your choice.
Yeah. My heal's really not that high, so
Okay.
I'll roll. And I'll say, tell me about your mother. I rolled a 10 anyways.
I'll
Perfect.
try to assist him.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, the pipe went with Ulfred, so. Or not Ulfred, what's his name? Eldrin.
Eldrin?
Yeah.
Oh, right, the pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the party collapsed a building on you with your favorite item, like a Viking funeral, so you could have it in your moth afterlife. I gotta say, for being on your for living for such short spans, your characters all have pretty epic arcs to them. Okay. Your total's about 21. Nobody else has a rank of heal? You uncaring bastards. Okay.
I
I
just
don't
heal
think I do.
people.
I just do it. I'm just talented. I don't
Just
go to
natural.
school.
Yeah.
You go to school. Okay. You have a 21. Using a combination of everything you guys have at your disposal, detect magic and other detection spells, your heal skills, your patience, your conversation, you don't think he's under any enchantments. You don't.
Fair enough.
You don't detect anything on him other than he is clearly has some like buff spells that seem to be active on him, and he's definitely some sort of magic user, but you can't exactly tell which type. Suspect druid, ranger, something like that.
And given my role, can I possibly determine what could be the like if he has attribute damage or drain or something?
Yeah, if you had to guess, you would say he was tortured into insanity.
Oh,
He has such severe PTSD and trauma from pain and torment and traumatic things he not just has experienced, but he has seen apparently such traumatic things that it drove him insane.
Would a knowledge arcana check help with anything, Toby?
You can roll it. I don't think it'll tell you too much.
Okay. I don't know the macro for it anyway. KA something.
Should be KAR. But oh yeah, you did it. You detect some arcane. Some of his buffs are arcane. Some of them are more divine, and that kind of settles the debate for you guys. You're now convinced he's a druid. Of all the spellcasters, druids are like a hybrid. They have some arcane spells and they have some divine. They sort of straddle the line between the two.
witches too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I don't know if restoration will help him, but I'll divvy up some 100 gold worth of mechanical stuff again.
Okay. Your god will accept multiple forms of currency from you.
Hell yeah.
Unlike Russia, which only accepts rubles now.
I was trying to think of a ruble joke.
The ruble is a joke. That's it. But
Heyo. What?
Heyo.
What can I get rid of?
yes.
Pretty much.
Well, I made a joke. Bri pay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Just
Oh, that's worth quite a bit. Do we have an extra VR helmet?
I've got one.
Okay.
Those are worth a lot. I don't want to do those.
you don't
Yeah.
need a VR helmet if you get a data jack installed.
Yeah, but that's got. We have to find somebody who can install some data jack.
You can do.
I could do that.
Oh, Mr. No Heal skill. I'll just roll it real quick.
just gonna fucking jam it into your head. Ah!
How about a Masterwork Warhammer? I mean, it's a tool.
Just tap it in.
S-
Just
s-
Just tap it in. Wait, are you saying for the sacrifice or to install the data
Yeah.
jack?
That
So is
yes.
Tokala. He's the tool too. But
Wham!
Both.
oh.
Ooh.
But yeah, for the sacrifice for it, because I mean, she's hers is a light hammer, but you know, it's still for a tool as well as a weapon.
Yeah, it's valuable. Brian will take it.
All right, and I get rid of some load in my inventory.
You guys see Ulfred hold this hammer in two hands above his head as he's praying to switch his spells. And then you see him sort of release his grip on it and just hold it above his head. His arms on either side of his ears and the hammer just sideways above his head. And you see a tiny little 6 or 8 inch portal that opens up and just sucks up the hammer and it's gone and the portal closes. Okay.
Oh, how do you feel?
He actively resists your spell, but he doesn't make the DC. As you cast it on him, you feel layer upon layer of mental defense in his brain peel back from the restoration spell. You feel that his mind is like a maze he created to protect himself from his own memories, and you sort of have to obliterate all of it. And let's see, this restores. It's greater resto, right? So it can restore any amount of.
Just restoration.
It's rester, just restoration. Okay, and how much can it restore?
I think it's all
to a single ability score, your choice.
Which ability score would you choose?
I'm guessing since it has to do with insanity wisdom.
Is that your guess?
That's the typical one.
well, we got a
Not
druid.
many
What would
people
be
know
most
that.
important to a druid?
Wisdom.
It says here your choice if more than one is drained. So it doesn't sound like he has to
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, the worst, the one that's worst off, I guess.
Okay. You take the one that's worse, which is his wisdom. Okay. You see him sort of have a little freak out as you cast this for a second, but then he kind of calms and sits and he covers his eyes with his hands just completely. And then he covers his ears, and you notice that he's squinting his eyes shut as hard as he can and just whispering to himself silently. And then he slowly takes his hands off of his ears and without opening his eyes turns from side to side and listens like he's listening very hard. And he goes, I hear everything again. I hear it all. And he digs his hands into the plants near him and like smashes his face against them. And he goes, I hear you. I hear you. And he cries.
Gonna make a sense motive to see if he hears them in a good way.
They tell me to kill you and eat you. They tell me dwarf tastes delicious.
The plant gods demand fertilizer.
They need sacrifice. You don't know. 9 cents motive. The fuck do you know? He might be about to murder you.
I think I'll be weeping and with joy that I was able to help him.
Yeah. You've healed a ton of people, but usually of cuts, gunshot wounds, burns, near death, organ damage. You've healed a ton of physical trauma, but you have never, ever healed someone who was really as hurt as he was. This is maybe the greatest act of healing Ulfred has ever done.
You did a good thing, Alfred.
I blow my nose into my beard.
That's not sanitary at all. Well, even
Not very
Tokala's heal
glamorous.
check can tell you that that's not
Ooh.
good.
Are we sure about that though? No, Kathy seemed happier before.
Look at this 19 heal check. Yes, it's definitely unsanitary to blow boogers in your beard. Confirmed.
He was happier, but he wasn't free. I mean,
I don't understand. What do you mean?
He wasn't in his right mind, boy.
I'm
La-
not. I'm
last.
not. I'm not the healer type, but from what Alfred said, he had kind of built walls around his mind to protect himself from bad things that happened to him, and you know,
Don't we all?
but this is different. He wasn't himself anymore.
Well, Crocto's gonna turn to him and say, like, to Mad Peter, say, "How do you feel? Are you well?"
He slowly starts to open his eyes and kind of blink and sort of looks at all of you like he's looking at you for the first time. And he says, how did you all get here?
By boat?
Boat?
And we followed your trail.
You took a boat across the river?
Indeed.
Yes,
When?
a couple hours ago. Well, no, that was yesterday. Excuse me.
I like that Alfred,
Yesterday.
like, summarizes it like the most minor part of the journey.
Daytime.
Yes.
Oh, he looks relieved. Okay. That makes more sense.
Is there a problem for trying to cross it at night?
Yes, don't go near the river at night. He looks very serious at all of you, but he actually looks less afraid and just more advisory now. He looks kind of suddenly more confident. He's still sitting on the ground in a pile of plants, sort of hugging them, but he is talking to you in a sort of lucid, competent manner.
What makes it dangerous? What do we need to look out for if we had to?
You don't want to know, boy. Just buy something. Which one of you cast that spell on me?
That would be me, sir.
He pats his plant and says, "Oh, I love you too." And he slowly climbs up, doesn't brush the dirt off of his pants or his hands, and walks over and holds out his hand to shake Ulfred's.
Give him my hand.
He says, "My boy, you're a heck of a healer. I never would have found my way out of that."
Oh, well, welcome back to, welcome back.
He says, "I've been just in a drug-making frenzy for months or years. I don't know."
Was it the drugs that made you lose your mind?
What's going on with your... Hang on, let me look at this macro for Josh. Why didn't that work?
I don't know.
Because of games pause.
Nah. His other stuff's working. Yeah. It's doing a pop-up for perception. That's annoying. Here, I'll trigger it for you, Josh.
Okay, I was gonna have a quick side conversation with Alfred to see what he felt, see if I could decipher what the spell was, maybe.
That's a 31 spellcraft check. You want to decipher what now?
Through conversation, what Alfred felt through healing him, if I could figure out what spell was cast on him. I don't know if that's the right skill
yeah.
for it, but
Yeah, you guys can discuss it. You guys will just remind me that you rolled the natural 20 spellcraft check in that particular topic in a few minutes.
okay.
Something horrible. Something did horrible things to him. That he's seen terrible things.
Yeah.
Something has hurt him beyond imagining. His mind just broke. Went inside himself. I don't know if it was just one spell or one big nasty that he saw, but something did it.
He says,
And
"I'll tell you, I'll tell you what did it. He says, I got cocky, got stupid, and I got captured.
By what?
Oh, bad critters. The butchers.
Well, it's butchers.
Yeah. The butchers from the dark tapestry gave me to the flayer. She remade me and unmade me, and when I escaped, I recovered through the strength of my own will, but I've been kind of in a fog.
Say that again? Who captured you and turned you over to who?
The butchers. Butchers have this. The deep darkness birthed the butchers, disgorge their malevolence. The stars wink at horrors mercifully beyond our ken. You notice that since he's more competent, his vocabulary's expanded, and he now actually makes less sense.
Nice.
Is this anything like giant metal bugs?
Giant metal bugs. Big
I mean, like
robots.
really, really big. Yeah, big robots. Really, really big.
Those are, there's a couple of those. They use them. They belong to them, but I don't think they made them.
The butchers own them?
Yep. Did capture them. Did something to them.
And who do the butchers work for?
Well, the butchers work for the butchers. Work for themselves.
So the butchers are the top dog around here?
Yeah, I would say so. There's the butchers, the fungus, the robots, the danged old androids, but they buy drugs from me, so it's fine. Then there's a few other independent parties, and then, of course, there's all the critters. Plenty of critters. I'm trying to put descriptions on the drugs at the moment.
You can scroll up and see them too in the chat.
Yeah, I'm
We
reading
we
the chat
used them all.
once.
They should actually have legible descriptions now. Yeah, in his shop.
Yes.
And Tocologists, if you feel like it, you can always reread the description of Soothe. I know you enjoy that.
I don't need to read it. I've experienced not.
You have experienced
I've
it, yeah.
I've lived it. Yeah.
Lived it and remember it fondly.
I'm not addicted. I can stop anytime.
That green straw is pretty funny and useful.
I was looking at that too. I mean, it includes grease, so you gotta love it.
I mean, if you're really hard up, I can cast grease 14 times a day.
Oh yeah, I got my grease fix right here.
Hell yeah.
I bought the Thunder Chunk and Grape Tongue.
I can't wait
You're
to
a
use
thunder
it.
chunk.
Now, if you actually use Thunder Chunk, whenever you speak in character, you have to yell. I don't care if you get in trouble with your wife. It's part of the...
Yeah, I was
Part
gonna
of
say
how
I
it
have
works.
to make sure I use that not past a certain time then.
Yep.
Because I will get in trouble.
Okay. Yeah, he says this bit about the butchers being disgorged from the darkness, and yeah.
We're I'm given my luck with these guesses these butchers are mostly to the west end of the river or the valley.
Oh, yeah, the river flows from the west, and it's from that source they've come. Their vessel rots on the banks of the river source, and their hive lies beyond.
They're what
They
lies beyond?
Hive.
Hive.
are they bees?
No,
Because we've ran into those
A
before.
wasp?
they're I say butchers, I mean a couple different critters. I don't know all of them, but they're all on the same team, and that team's awful.
Sounds really strange. I've not heard anything like it before.
Can you
Ha-
describe a
Haven't you?
couple?
What do you mean?
He looks at Nomcath and then he looks at Takala and he says, "Well, I had dreams about you. You were in a desert surrounded by junk. You were screaming. There were long, black, stringy tentacles reaching for you. I saw it. I've seen you before."
What? How did you see that?
"I don't know.
You weren't there.
It's a nightmare. Had it a couple months ago after I escaped."
I mean,
Nom-
that happened.
Nomcast's fur just all puffs up. Those things? They're related to those things?
Which drug do I take to see such things?
I don't know
I
that
think
it
the
was a
deer
drug.
shit.
Oh, yeah. If you just
Totally
want to
right.
you just want to hear the sound, you know.
Oh, yeah, Josh didn't get to hear it last time, right?
I think I made Toby play it afterwards, so I think I
Mhm.
eventually did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something tells me we're gonna end up having to go into that area.
What's this thing he's describing? Namcath and Tokala. Seems like you guys have experience with it. What is it? I've heard you guys talk about it, but don't really know.
I don't know. It was just this black thing. I barely caught sight of it, and then there was these long tendrils, and then it just it was in my head, and he just kind of stutters off and shudders, and kind of you can see his hand itching for his weapons.
Its skin was like a stretchy black material, like rubber. I wasn't gonna say rubber, but I'm just
Like spandex.
like some kind of elastic metal. Uh,
Bright
my-
yellow cyclist shorts.
At the time, I was using my greatsword, but bounced right off.
Well, do you think your chainsaw would be an adequate weapon for it now?
Only one way to find out. I hope he shows up again. Give him a piece of my mind.
You have a
I-
mind at this point?
I think he took a pretty good chunk of it last time.
He got lucky. I'll get him next time.
So you know a lot of androids, and then or they come to here.
Oh,
did you ever
yeah. Yeah.
did you ever meet an android named Cassandali?
Sanley. No, I don't believe I have.
Oh, it was worth a shot. You would remember her if you did.
Be an int check or a wisdom check to kind of describe her a little bit, Toby?
Sure. For you?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have looked at, I think, memory cam footage of her, so you know
Well,
what
plus
she.
there was the corpse.
You've seen her corpse, and android corpses don't decay, so you've seen her. Yeah, you can describe her. He doesn't recognize her. He says he talks about the nearby androids. He says he describes them as people who live in a cave to the southwest, the end of a narrow gorge. He says they're strange, but their distrust of machines marks them as trustworthy to me, I think.
I don't know. I like some machines. I like gadgets and whatnot. It's part of my religion, you know.
Yeah. Not part of mine, but different strokes, I guess.
I don't think he would have seen Candeli. According to that tablet of hers, she was here like 500 years ago.
Yeah, this guy does appear to be human.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. He is an older human, so you estimate he might be 60. He might be 70 years old. It's pretty fit for a 70-year-old, other than the missing leg.
It's all the drugs. It's the Keith Richards effect.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we continue on.
Are we humans or are we dancers? Says Tokala. We are both.
Time for a flash mob.
So, just wow.
Okay.
So, just so I have the lay of the land. So it's the butchers, and then the robots work for them.
The butchers had 2 of them big robots, and they put a cage on it, send it out to capture people, and probably torture them like they did me. But the forearm lady blew up one of them robots, pretty sure.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Yep.
You know the forearm lady?
Oh yeah. She likes deer shit.
Think.
Wow. That's a -1 perform check, Tokala. What are we performing?
I think that's mob.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I didn't do much better.
Didn't say we were a good flash mob.
Oh boy.
Do you? But back to Pete here. Do you think you could? Is there any way you could introduce us to her? Our friend here would like to meet her.
Yes. How recently did you say she was here?
She comes by every couple months, get a supply of her favorite drugs. Says,
What is
truth
that?
be told, I thought you were her at first. About her height, you're a little skinnier even. And no offense, I can't tell you four-armed weirdos apart.
What is she doing here? Do you know? Is she the only one?
Oh, she hunts the butchers. She hates them. I sort of have a feeling she leaves me alone because we're both, same enemy.
Right.
But the androids don't like her because she uses technology stuff. She uses a gun and armor and stuff.
Yes, I saw that too. I had an image. I was surprised. It's not generally our people's way.
See, well, those androids. I mean, I'm not into this stuff myself, but I think the androids could maybe admit that they can pray for 1,000 years and not do the damage she did last week.
Which one is her favorite drug?
She likes deer shit and grape tongue.
I told you, Kala.
Of course she does. You
Deer shit
people
is
are
shit.
all shit eaters.
It's not that uncommon.
It's very uncommon. Who,
Um,
by a raise of hands, who here eats shit?
Peter or Pater or whatever to you.
Well, sure.
There you go. So
See,
it's me,
the
Peter.
crazy guy in you. Wow.
Oberyn
Martinez said he would.
Oberyn tucks his hands in his pockets like, no, not doing it.
Ugh.
God damn it.
Ugh. Delicious.
Looks like you find yourself in good company.
You see him
Maybe
take
Danish.
out one of those slimy little crusty blue booger looking things and snort it straight up his nose. Yeah. Oh, Harrison's in Foundry.
Yeah.
And he's in
Awesome.
Discord too, but he's muted. Hello. There he is.
Welcome.
Oh wow.
We're doing drugs.
Hell yeah, I could see that. I'm pretty stoked. Came in at the right time. Yes, as I said, I would like an eighth of Thunder Chunk, my good man. Please.
He will sell it to you. And he's currently, now that you mention it, he picks up some grape tongue and smears it all over his mouth and lips. Well, it gets it all up in his beard, all the way up to his nose. He's like, ah.
What were the plants saying to you, Matt Peter, earlier? You're talking to them, seem pretty concerned.
He turns to you and is like,
So during this time that he was, everyone was talking to him, he chose speak with plants. Like,
okay, cool.
I'm gonna do that.
Actually useful. You don't like my drugs?
Yeah, so Cactus wants to talk to the plants that he was talking to.
They're so happy. They're all very happy.
Just because he's back, he's normal?
Because he's talking to them again and he can hear them. They tell you that he takes such good care of them and trims them and waters them, and he loves them and they love him, and he is such a good plant shepherd, tree shepherd they call him, or something like that. But they said he's deaf, like they couldn't communicate anything to him, and he didn't talk to them the way he used to. A long time ago, many generations ago, they say he talked, and now he talks again.
Do they tell him about the chipmunk usurpation?
They don't tend to talk to the chipmunks. These plants.
They don't know. The chipmunks aren't in the cave, man.
Yeah, they're pretty localized. This is sort of their hood.
Okay.
Hush on that.
Plants don't get out much, Josh.
And if it's been many generations and he
you
doesn't
know-
talk, then he probably doesn't even remember that chipmunk. So
Well,
I wouldn't worry
I
about it.
didn't want any ill will coming our way. I love a spellcaster. Don't want to do that. You don't have to.
No.
Soothe makes Tokala forget his dead family for a while.
Uh,
That's why you use
Oh.
it. That's why you use it. Really?
It says
I
in the
think
description, it says that it gives a euphoric feeling. He just wants to feel happy for a little while, you know?
Yeah, man.
I was
Yeah.
thinking how Alfred cured this guy of his PTSD, but has been traveling with Takala this whole time. Never done anything for him.
Takala doesn't need your help. He's dealing with it just fine.
Hey man, that's part of his tragic backstory.
You don't want to
Yeah.
take that from him, do
You
you?
can't take that from him. He needs that backstory.
That's destroying so much character development.
You
Plus,
say-
it's not like he's running around eating poop or something, you know?
yeah, that would be really cause for concern.
Oh, yeah.
That would.
Just
that-
Pepto-Bismol.
Let's see. So you're saying that if I found a really nice luxury couch for you to sit on, you wouldn't want to talk to Ulfred about your mother on it? Like this couch right
That'd be
here,
my favorite session.
you know? The therapy couch.
What was Takala's mother like? Was she an orc or a human?
You'll never know.
He probably didn't get along with his mom because, she
Yeah,
used great axe and he likes great sword.
We just could never agree.
Chopping! No! Slashing! Oh, kids.
They never do what you tell them to.
Fucking kids. Okay.
For orcs, that's the equivalent of like a Catholic mom and a
Oh, yeah.
Protestant child.
Uh-huh. Let's not even talk about your brother who uses great hammer. What an idiot. It's a
You're no
disgrace.
son of mine.
It's not a bow. Go stay at your uncle's. Okay. Yeah, he seems to have, despite being in a stat drained stupor for literally years, you think, he seems to have a pretty good understanding still of the valley and its denizens and what's going on with them. He says there are the butchers. He says there are the funguses. And there's the androids. Then there's some robots. But he says he describes the forearm lady as living near the robots. Or with the robots. He's not sure.
Let's go to the robots then.
Oh, these must be the pilgrims.
Yeah,
I
that's who
mean,
he knows. He prefers the androids as the weird pilgrims.
Yes.
Do you think we could show him the map and ask him to point out exactly where they are?
Sure. Let's go to the map.
It's the map.
It's the map. Okay.
So I know he can't talk right now, but he can at least understand us. So,
Actually, you find that it wears off on him pretty good. His beard is still covered in purple Kool-Aid dust, and so are his lips, and his tongue is purple. But he returns to normal speech very quickly because druids are resistant to poison.
let's see. Peter, before we leave, could you help us find where the forearm lady might be? We have a map
Sure.
of the region here.
Oh, he looks at your map, and he says the androids live in this valley down here on the south side. You just go north around these foothills here, cut west, and there's kind of open ground there, and they like it back up in there. So they're back there in the South Valley.
Is there anything else we should be worried about on the travel?
He points over in this area. He goes, "Oh, watch out for these wasps. They'll carry you off. And there's spiders in every cave. And, of course, Zuma killed that robot over here." Oh, and there's some devil trees up in the woods up here. Watch out for those. Those are real bad.
yes, they are.
Thank you.
I'm not sure, but I believe that forearm lady, I believe her name is Zuma, but I may be pronouncing it wrong. Up here. She lives up there past the devil trees.
Oh, so she does not stay with the androids?
No, she lives with robots. And you understand the difference between androids and robots, right? An android looks like a human and walks around and got kind of glowy eyes and lines on it. It talks very much like a human. Like, it's got actual organs. You can shoot it and blood goes out the back. But now, robot, it's just a big chunk of metal. Looks like a bunch of swords glued together. And it just clunk, 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 clunk down the road. And they build them little, they build them big. And the big ones are so dangerous. But somehow she blew one up. She lives with a bunch of weird robots I wouldn't mess with.
Is she captive?
Oh, no. That lady's as free as anybody I ever saw, I'll tell you that. She doesn't trust anybody, neither. She barely trusts me. She just wants my drugs.
I personally always trust my drug dealer.
Gotta trust you. You gotta have a dealer you trust, man.
Exactly. If you can't sit down and have one with them, what are you doing?
Indeed.
Oh, so Trocton's asked the party, I would like to head back to Human Trees and try to find...
I'm sorry, what were you saying? Damn it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was happening.
No, it's fine, it's perfect. To me, I would like to... God damn it! Let me head and find the four-armed lady, guys. We were so close before.
Yeah, is there some kind of a safe route we can do that without fighting our way through?
Take the same route we did last time.
You guys are pretty sure you killed the devil trees, unless there's just tons of them.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was the same spot or a different spot. Okay.
Past it. He says she lives past it somewhere.
The androids are here. If we want to... We're already pretty close. could check them out real quick and then come back across.
And I believe the party has something of one of their peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah, the double cross thingies.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
amulet, right?
Yes.
That's,
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
that's what the tribe decides is fine. I'm a little anxious to go north, but I can wait another day or two.
I'm just figuring it's just how much extra time traveling when we're already right here, you know?
Sure.
Definitely make it the next priority.
Well, as you guys reminded me, you guys woke up in the morning and did the last leg to travel here. So it's like lunchtime ish, early afternoon. So you have 2 hexes of travel left if you want them today.
Oh, Toby, you said to remind you that I rolled a nat 20 on that spellcraft check.
And you were asking about
The spell that was cast on
what
evil.
happened to him specifically.
Yes. Yes.
You've seen what the drow do when they want to break someone completely. Like the drow is run by the city's ruled by the top 10 most powerful like families, and then there's another 20 or 30 noble families, and then everybody else, 90% of drow society is just peasants to the families. And when say one family's matron or patron is captured by another family, they torture him to death and beyond. They torture him for all the information they need, but they don't usually need that much information if they've captured the enemy leader. And then they use a number of spells like locking them in like a mental maze, creating these false realities. They torture them for months or years because they enjoy other people's pain, which is something you don't like about your people too much. And there's a lot of that in your society.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like what Ulfred is describing and seeing the evidence of in this guy is something similar, where he didn't know any damn thing they wanted to know. He's a druid from the hills, in the first 5 minutes of, reading his mind, they could have figured out, well, okay, he knows a good spot to take a poop over here. Big deal. And then they tortured him for
Okay.
months or years.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Okay.
So that's what your knowledge arcana tells you. And the drow have just a toolkit, a dozen different spells that they use to do this: mind reading and pain causing torture, healing to bring you back up to a level where they can torture you. They just break people this way.
With the drow are not the only people that do that, correct?
Correct. But what you're looking at this guy, you're like, this, I recognize these scars, kind of, the way Ulfred describes them. You're like, it's the same sort of shit we do. It's not, you don't think it is the drow, but you're like, yeah, I recognize this type of evil.
And put that together with the tree monster things, which is, I recognize from Drow Society.
They are known to the drow, but they're not really affiliated. It's like
Okay.
might be
Because
something.
they're extra planar, so
yeah.
we would deal with them occasionally, but not really that much. Okay.
Honestly, the drow deal with a lot of other evil, rotten races because they're not afraid of or above or unwilling to deal with anybody. They're sort of arms dealers in that way. And they don't ally that they consider their own race to be superior to all these other things. So they might deal with the devil demon trees, but they're like, we're not going to form a society with them. They're inferior to us. And there's honestly nothing scarier than a really powerful drow anyway. They don't need demon trees.
Okay. I'll kind of communicate that the best I can with the party. What I'm kind of trying to work through. I recognize this from my society, but not sure what that means for us as a party. But I've seen some of these scars before.
What it tells Ulbrin is that somewhere in this man's past, months or years, is a being or beings of absolute, unlimited, unrepentant,
Evil.
ruthless evil.
Yeah.
Beyond anything you
bound.
saw in Scrapwall, beyond anything a lot of evil shit happens in Scrapwall, but mostly it's to eat. Even the Smiler's cannibalism, It's to eat. To some extent. Not that I'm joining Enrique and advocating cannibalism.
Yeah, that was McGinnis.
It's also McGinnis, yes. This party loves cannibalism. Next campaign, just furry cannibals. That's what we're doing. Don't. Tokala shows up next week. So I've got this build.
I'll work on it. It'll be a really good one. Don't worry.
Yep.
So just before we head out to go to the Andros, Crocta would ask the party gather around, everyone, please, just for a second before we head out.
Are we gonna do the talking spear again?
No, she just waves her hands,
I love the talking
mutters
spear,
something, mutters something in Kasathan, and touches each of you and says, I don't want the chipmunks to follow us away from here.
The chipmunks.
And does a pass without trace on it.
They are shifty boogers.
Yeah, I'd rather leave this saga behind.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. Leave this saga behind. You better leave this whole area behind and just forget you ever came to this place. You don't belong here.
Why? Why is it back? I purposely did this to give you an excuse to never involve them again.
I bound it to a button on my stream deck.
Oh, no.
I can talk like this anytime I want.
Don't make me point the spear at him.
I don't
So
care. I don't care if you speak with animals of fucking sperm whale.
The sperm whale's gonna talk like this.
I
Okay.
didn't think they were here watching us right now. Damn.
They clearly are.
Quick, I think they're pretty slow. If we just run the first bit of our pass here, then we'll lose them again.
Oh, they're very fast over short distances.
Oh, the
Yeah,
squirrels? Fucking everywhere, the
Yeah.
squirrels, man. They were following me my entire time.
Really?
So it's squirrels and chipmunks we have to worry about now. Great.
Yeah. Anything else you need to tell us about the squirrels here, Six? Did they attack you in your sleep?
Chipmunks are related to squirrels.
No, not talking. I was just very suspicious of them. I always felt like they were watching me and talking about me.
You can't
But I
trust
cannot
him.
understand them.
He's a tiefling from the city. He doesn't know the difference between a squirrel and a chipmunk. It's just a rodent.
Yeah, the ones on the ground with the little tails. You know,
Yeah.
squirrels.
Well, I think they might be in disarray temporarily. They suffered some
They're
casualties at the top of their leadership. So
Oh,
I think if we run for a good amount of time here, we'll lose them.
you look over there and there's like 5 other dead chipmunks scattered across the forest. It's like Chipmunk Highlander out here.
Oh, what the fuck?
You've destabilized everything. The alpha chipmunk was the only thing keeping them together.
Honestly, I think we probably should go too before Peter finds out.
He wanders out here and goes, "Who killed this chipmunk?" And then you see him talking to some other chipmunks, and he looks over at you guys. Oh,
No,
I had no part in this, friend.
Peter, the alpha was threatening me.
he said, "Yeah,
You
chipmunks.
understand?
Chipmunks can be a little son of a bitch."
Yeah, he is threatening me in very inappropriate ways, and I had to stand up for myself.
You see him turn back to the chipmunk, and he's gesturing, like holding his hands up, like, "What do you want me to do?" And he's like,
Guys, we gotta get going. Something bad's about to
"It's
happen.
gonna get awkward in here." Okay, you got
Let's go.
2 hexes of movement. Where are you going? And you're the movement token. There you go. 1.
We can't go over the mountains. I assume it's too.
It would
hard for
slow you down a
them.
lot. You would get like a hex of movement every 3 days.
Okay.
You guys could do it. You have spells, but like if you were desperate, you could do it. But it's so much slower.
Right.
Just read this book called Two Towers or Fellowship of the Ring. I'll tell you all about it.
Still have some caffeine powder. We could march through the night.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man. Oh yeah.
I'm fine with it. Gotta get away from those chipmunks, man.
The drugs. Drugs. Yeah, the last thing he says as you guys leave is, "Stay out of the lakes at night, okay?"
As we're going away, Croctus gonna say, "Does anyone else have the strong urge to go check out the lake tonight? Now, I am curious."
Does anyone?
mean, I-
Sort of.
Maybe?
I mean, it'd be a good idea to know in case we have to do it for like an emergency reason.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not the response I expected at all.
I mean, we got
Yeah.
spells to protect ourselves.
After all that we've been through, I cannot say that my first reaction is fuck no. But I cannot say I'm not a little curious.
Well, I'm
Little
not talking
curious.
like we're going on some great hunting spree or something, and, and kill some great beast in there. Just, but to know what's there in case we have to do it, then we're prepared.
Yeah,
This is sound.
that makes sense. I think
I mean, we
got
know
a raft.
Croctaw has that crazy spell that allows us to set up a camp that's pretty much invisible.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
didn't prepare it today, but yeah, I could rearrange some stuff at some time. But I think we need to. Could I make it invisible on the raft? Could that be our camp? Can we just raft in the middle of the lake?
Just this
No,
mysterious raft floating in the lake.
no. I'm not talking about actually getting on the raft into the lake.
Oh.
Like I
No?
said, I'm now staying on the edge of the lake. Maybe throwing some chunks of something in there to
We
see
need some
if we
bait.
can.
Yeah,
Chumming the lake.
Or
we should have brought those chipmunk corpses with us. Maybe.
We're gonna chung the lake with the alpha chipmunk. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm just worried that something's in there. It might not be near the shore. It could be in the center. It's a pretty big lake.
Yeah,
Have to
it is.
know.
But like I said, I'm not wanting to be stupid about this.
I agree.
Well, some scouting, some preparation ahead of time. That's smart. I do not feel an urge to go after something I don't know anything about if it's not going to be in my way.
Yeah, that's true. I can one thing I could do. Hear me out. You guys have seen me as an air manipulator, right? I can create wind and such. I can do airwalk on some of us. Not everyone, but I could take maybe 3 people with airwalk, and I've actually been able to manipulate it before. Where here, I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys to read. But if I create windy environments in which we're airwalking, people can move much faster than normal, and we could all kind of start off on top of a hill and then walk above the lake, but not quite swimming, and then chum the middle of it, like you said. It's a great idea, right?
I mean, I could haste it too to get extra movement, so,
Great.
I think we're putting way too much into this. I was thinking literally like just kind of, maybe we'll put a bonfire on the shoreline and see if we attract some attention or something,
Mm. So no airwalking above the lake
Disco
No,
Hub.
with a
like I
strong
said,
wind to push
I
us.
I think the key is because the bonfire would work if what we're dealing with is not entirely aquatic. I think we need to know this first before we can study it further. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
that's kind of my point. And I don't want to. The raft is nice, crowded when we're all on it, but nice. Having not having all of us together and doing something that apparently has frightened a very experienced druid sounds like a bad idea.
Are we camping while we have this discussion here
Yeah.
in the
That
woods?
sounds
Okay.
good. Isn't there a druid spell that lets you separate water, kind of like Moses or whatever?
Probably.
Control
I don't
water.
know what level it
I think.
is. Control what?
Control water.
Really?
I want to say there's literally a part water spell, but I may be remembering like 2E.
Yeah. No, there are in some games. Some version of D&D,
There
it's
is
certainly
a-
true.
Oh yeah, there is a control water. Let's see. So yeah, just while everyone's chatting at camp, Crocta's gonna be like searching her mind to think if there's a way she can create like a more explorable lake.
Yeah, it looks like it's just control water that does it for here.
Some of you still stuck on the map?
I'm here.
I see.
I'm here. I was tabbed out for a second.
Okay. Looks like Takala's still stuck there. Oh, he's moved over
Hello.
now.
I'm
Okay.
here now.
Okay. Normal watches.
Yep.
You guys know what they are. Hey, I have a absolute inability to remember them, but I know you guys do. Okay.
Well, currently it's McGinnis and Croctaw first watch. That was switched. I don't know if we're still doing that.
I think it was
No, that was
switched
a one.
back.
That was a one night thing.
Okay.
All right.
So I could secretly tell him that he earns my respect a little bit. No one else
See
can
the
hear that.
area you guys are in. Okay. Okay. The morning comes. Switch them spells around however you like, and
Well, actually, before we did that, I mean, well, actually, were we actually close enough to do the lake, or were you still a ways away?
you're still a day or a third of a day away from the lake.
Okay, so I guess we'll do it when we get back from the androids.
Okay.
Shoot.
Am I rested, Toby?
Let me make sure. I believe you are, because I was playing with the rest the entire party macro. Yeah, you're rested.
Okay.
That was a very disappointing macro. So, let's go back to the map. And yeah, you've got three hexes to move, sir. You can go along the edge of the mountains. You can go farther away from it if you wish, but probably like 1, 2, 3 if you're determined. Yep, perfect. Okay. I'm just gonna check and see. There's a chance of encounters here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this.
Uh-oh.
Or are we super blessed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Depends on what watch.
First watch. You
Oh,
are
fair
still super blessed. First watch, people, please give me a perception check.
Oh shit.
Who was first watch again? Oh, okay.
All right.
Alfred McGinnis.
Are we doing a fire? Or are we doing secret sneaky campsite stuff? Final answer.
Crocta was too distracted thinking about water, so if no one ever reminded her to do that campsite,
wow.
she would have forgotten.
Oh, no.
That is legit. That is the opposite of metagaming. I opt to fuck the party, even though
Well, I
could
gave everyone an
very
opportunity to say they
easily-
reminded me.
That's exceptional. I love it.
Harsh but fair.
Nah, considering that he doesn't know much about druid magic, he wouldn't have thought of it.
Okay, and our perception checks are 25 and 23. And so that's going to be you right around there. Okay. Alfred, there are some people walking towards your camp from the southeast.
Everyone, get up.
You yell, everyone get up. Okay, everyone who's asleep gets a DC 20 perception check. Croctaw still sleeping. So Kala's still sleeping. Oberon, you wake up.
And I wake up.
And Nomcath wakes up.
Do I get a movement or just wake up?
You just wake up, and then we are going to roll. Those of you that woke up will get to act this round, and we shall roll initiative.
I don't know if my initiative rolled.
It did. I'm surprised it did. But
Wow,
it
it's
totally
not
did.
broken for once.
Yeah, I thought it
Hey,
would
you're
be.
first.
And you won initiative, yeah.
Should we have the sleep buff on? To like lower
No,
the
it's okay. I mean, you're probably going to orient if there's any noise. Ulbrin, roll me a perception check real quick. You've just been woken up. 29. Ulfred is looking to the southeast. You look to the southeast. Your dark vision goes farther than his does. You see 4 armored human-sized beings with glowing blue eyes that are clearly able to see in the dark. They have composite bows in their hands and they have swords on their hips. They are dressed like woodsmen. But with your 29, you see the slightly pale lines that indicate their android heritage. There's 4 android warriors walking towards camp. They have not drawn an arrow. They have not knocked an arrow to the string. They are just holding their bows. And you are first.
I tell
Lightning
the party.
bolt!
Lightning
Yeah.
bolt.
From the
I tell-
ground! Fuck
On the
you!
ground.
They're within range. You
mercy.
could lightning bolt 2 of them at once.
Oh yeah.
Tempting.
First strike diplomacy.
Fucking Putin diplomacy.
I
Way to go.
tell the party it's the androids. How close are you to me to how close Numcast are you to me?
Nomcast's like 15 feet.
Yep.
20, actually 25. It's all the way across camp. Clearly those we need to denazify these androids. They're clearly hyper aggressive. We need to fucking lightning bolt them in haste to Kala and teleport him behind them. We need to go all in on these fucking.
How far would it be from no, they're gonna see me, they got good night vision. Okay, I'll just ready a spell and hold.
Okay. What spell are you gonna ready?
Haste.
Okay, you're gonna ready a haste and stand up?
Yes.
Or you wanna lay down in your sleeping bag?
I'll stand up.
Okay. Okay. They approach camp. And McGinnis, were you still sleeping? You can give me another
It's his
perception
watch, I
check.
think.
No, it's his watch. He's totally aware. You see a man step into the edge of your light, into the edge of your dark vision, beyond the edge of the camp light. And you rolled a good enough perception. You had a 25. You also notice what Ulber notices, is that they're not in full attack posture. You are muted also, sir. And possibly AFK. And you've
Oh?
left the Discord. We've offended him.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
he's back. McGinnis. We still don't hear him, though. I think his Discord's goofing with his mic.
You don't hear me right now?
Now I do. We hear
Gotcha.
you.
We hear you now.
Good.
Hooray.
Is this the first time you've heard me all night?
For a while. No,
Yes.
I heard you like 20 minutes ago. I thought.
I haven't heard him all night.
Oh,
no.
really?
I don't
Well, you could trust Josh's memory. I think you've been muted all night, bud.
Well, you guys have missed some real zingers.
Oh no.
We'll just have to take your word for it. We totally believe you.
Yeah, it was good
Oh,
stuff. Some of my best work.
I feel zinged. I feel very zinged.
Okay, forgive my lack of attention, but these android dudes, are we scared of them? Are they bad guys? I know we discussed them a bit, or do we not really know what their deal is?
We know that they hate technology, but we don't know how they'll really react to us being in the valley.
Especially since we
Okay.
haven't had a chance to hide all of our tech.
Yeah. All right. Well, McGinnis. But do we think they're hostile, or we just don't know?
Not sure how they react to us, given that we use a lot of technology.
All right.
But they like
McGinnis.
the druid. They like the druid guy.
And
Okay.
I think from what little bits and pieces we've heard, they're not like actively aggressive. They're not like they'll kill us because we have tech, but it'll be very hard for us to get them to do anything for us.
Okay.
That's the impression I've kind of gotten.
Okay. All right. Well, then he's not afraid that they've come to just straight up murder us, and he knows that they're kind of tech sensitive. So he'll just say in a commanding voice, like, "That's far enough. You come walking up on a campsite at night, you're liable to catch a bullet. So just stop right there and let's have ourselves a little parlay."
Bullet, you say?
And now they're
Something,
hostile.
something painful. You mean us harm, or you come here in peace?
One of them steps just 5 foot closer, and you see they all hold their bows, and they have their other hand like a gunslinger floating over their quiver of arrows, but they haven't pulled yet. And the nearest one to you says, "Why do you come to this land, bringing your heretical items? You must go. At first light, you must go."
Cool. We'll be on our way. Don't worry. He kind of looks sideways at everybody else, like,
You're sick?
I made my perception check. And if I got to see them in the round before they approached, I would have gently slid my plasma pistol underneath the covers of my mattress
Okay.
and stood up.
Do you have the sleight of hand skill?
I do.
Then you may roll it.
That's a lie.
Okay, then it's just a dex check. Ooh.
Ooh.
You
Ooh.
really failed to hide your shiny, loud plasma pistol.
I do a little like several look downs and trying to like kick the covers that I pulled over the gun that's
Ooh.
like sticking out, and it's like very obvious.
Ooh. You see, your movements actually caused them to look harder at you. Good job.
Oh no.
Crocodile, are you taking the action? They're still kind of outside
No, I was
your.
asleep, so I'm just
Oh,
kind of
you're waking up
stretching
now.
my arms, waking up.
You wake up and you can take a standard action of whatever type you like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then I'll say, look, I'll hold up the pendant from my chest. I'll take it off my neck and hold it in front of me and say, "Come in peace. I believe in your cause," and hold that. And that doesn't count as a standard, right?
No, I'll give you that because it's just diplomacy. Do you have any people skills of any type?
Yeah, I got diplomacy.
Why don't you roll it?
Intimidate.
See if you can put a little. Yeah, intimidate. Yeah.
And I was also gonna potentially cast. Now you've told me that this doesn't work the way I think it does. I was gonna do calm emotions. Does this not work in this situation like I think it does to try to calm them down? I know it's like a spell, so it might
Roll
be different.
knowledge nature.
Dispel hostility, rather. But
Yeah.
I guess because they're
Even with your crappy, yeah, you're above 10. You've heard the number one thing people say about androids is that they are not emotional.
okay. So she won't try that, and just will hold up that thing, and otherwise, yeah, I'll just use the standard to like move closer over towards Tokala. Like I'll walk over that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nomcat,
actually, I'll walk in. Where are they? They're coming from south below Tokala?
Ulfred is looking to the southeast, and so is Hirsick and
cool.
Olbrin and
So
McGinnis.
yeah, I'll walk along to the edge of that light, holding up the pendant as I do so, saying that.
Okay. Nomcath, you want to take any actions?
I'd get up, kind of like dusting myself off kind of thing, like I'm getting up, and meanwhile palm my knives.
Okay.
But other than that, nothing.
And you hold out the pendant.
Yeah.
The nearest one slings his bow on his back and walks over and holds out his hand as if to receive it. Do you give it to him?
Hold it above his head. Ask him to jump for it.
Wow. That is -10 diplomacy, Josh.
Yeah, I'll hand it to him and say, we recovered this from a comrade of yours that we found dead. I was just keeping it safe. I heard some about your philosophy. I must say it appeals to me, although I am surprised that you would be a follower, an anti-tech follower. But here you go. I hope you can give it to whoever is his tribe member, his family.
You plop it in his hand and he turns it over and looks at it with his glowing eyes and turns and looks at the others and shows it to them, and they all kind of look at it and nod their heads, and he says, "Your companions carry things that we believe are unhealthy and dangerous, but
I agree with you.
what you have brought us is such valuable information about one of our people. We are thankful. You may visit if you wish, and we will not fire upon you, but we do not wish you to use any technological items around us or in our presence. Indeed, our people do not even like to look upon them."
I agree with you. I've been trying to convince them all myself to abandon these weapons. So I think actually a visit to your tribe would be beneficial for us all.
He says,
yeah,
"It is only another day to the southeast. We will warn them that you are coming. You will not be harmed by us. And there is nothing else in this valley that moves that we don't know about."
Excellent. And if you have any other questions about your companion we found, happy to help as best we can.
We did find him killed in a cave at the hands of those big spiders. Not the robotic ones, but the others.
He listens to you and looks back at the amulet in his hand, and he says, "Fucking spiders."
Indeed. Spiders and fungi. No
And
good.
they sort of meld away into the night back to the southeast. You're out of combat. I thought for sure I was going to get Josh to lightning bolt them.
Oh,
If
I
I-
wanted to. I was ready to. I wanted to real bad.
I was gonna be a little less cooperative, but we'll see how the village thing goes.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have that pendant on me, I totally would have been uncooperative too. Well, all right, guys. I think we're safe. Go back to bed.
Would you guys shut up? I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, should I do that campsite thing? I totally forgot. Hide the campsite? That might have been a good idea, huh?
I mean, are we
Alright.
close to the water?
No, we're not close to the water. We're by the mountains right now.
Yeah, screw it. Let's go back to sleep.
There are no other encounters that evening. Next day, you can have 3 hexes of movement. If there's anything else you want to do, switch spells, whatever, do it while you're in the Android Valley, which is this southern valley, offshoot of the main valley. You're pretty safe here. Your only random encounter is likely to be the androids. And by giving them back their man's pendant, you've at least earned a ceasefire from them.
So, guys, just try to. Tyler, can you conceal that chainsaw? Perhaps, like, put it under your cloak.
Can you conceal? It's the size of a fucking sea-doo. He can't conceal it.
I mean, if you just put a robe over the back and just pretend you're a hunchback, maybe that way.
I'll tell you what. I won't start it, but if they try to take it from me, I'll kill them.
Every last one of them.
Women and children too.
Oh, wow. That's a little overboard, but you know.
You didn't even have to add
They
that
have
part.
children.
I mean, I thought it was obvious, just for clarification.
I don't even think they have children to Kyle, so
Now that you mention
Not
it,
in the conventional sense.
I've never seen an android child.
And you never will.
Weird.
Yep.
So yeah, let's just try to be peaceful, everyone, and have ceasefire. No sense in randomly killing people while we're talking to them, right? We would do that. Let's just hide our tech. And
Who
we'll
who
go from there.
would do that indeed?
My other party,
You have a bunch of murder hobos?
my Shadowrun game on Sunday.
Ah. Well, you travel through the woods for another day or so, and you can clearly see a path. At this point, they no longer try to hide it. You notice that by their gear, you think that they are, competent woodsmen. They are sort of strange thing compared to the other androids that you guys know, who are all tech heads. These are very much the opposite. Let's see. Do this. Volume easing. There you go. There's your forest sounds. And the path leads up to a pretty sheer cliff. You see two old trees that died long ago, but sort of still very strong, and they look like they've been deliberately curated. They almost look like sentinels on either side of the path. And up against the cliff on the ground level, the path dead ends into what looks like a pale colored curtain. It looks pretty out of place, but it indeed just looks like there is a wall of curtain up against the cliff.
Let's go through.
Stick your
We're
head
welcome
through.
here, right? I'll go first. Remember the chainsaw to Kyle.
I'm not putting it away.
As you approach the curtain, an android steps out of it. And he says, "Hello. We were told of your coming."
Yes. Are we welcome inside?
"You are, but we do not allow any technological items inside past this point. If you wish to enter, you must leave them out here, and we will post guards around them, but we assure you nothing will harm them or take them."
Well, I have none, and Crocta just kind of holds open
"Then you
all her
may
clothes,
enter."
shows him. But the rest of my party may not. I've been trying to reach them, like I told your companion, but they may not agree to that. They may have to stay outside. So Crocta will enter and just tell the rest, no need to make trouble, guys. If you don't want to part with your weapon, you can always
Nomcath,
come back.
Nomcath, you can make a int or wisdom check, whichever you're better at.
Believe in slightly better at intelligence.
You remember Morgana telling you that androids are inherently bad at lying and detecting lies.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get a read on this guy, but you also remember that they're just tough to get a read on because they're kind of flat affect all the time.
Yeah.
So what about the rest of you? Crocta is ready to go in already.
Ober doesn't have any tech on him, does he?
Let me look. Ring of wizardry, tattoos, amulets. You have a comm set. You have a walkie-talkie.
I don't need that shit. I'll just drop it on the ground.
Okay. Bonk.
I think I will stay out here and guard our gear since I literally I'm covered in tech, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really trust Croctaw, so I'll go in with him.
thought you
It's
were just gonna say
understandable.
don't trust the androids, but okay. McGinnis.
McGinnis wants to keep justice hidden in that like pocket of his duster.
Okay, but you're gonna drop the rest of it.
Yeah, I'll leave the rest. If Alfred's gonna stay, I feel okay about it.
Okay. So you have justice
But he'll make a
concealed
big
on you.
show of like. He'll do a big show of taking out his shit and giving it to Alfred.
Okay.
Olbrin walks into Krokta asking them, look, I've been trying to get rid of these guys forever.
God damn it. Well, inside you find the rest of you. Actually, let's address this. Yeah, McGinnis has to make like a giant pile of guns. Like Alfred, he's handing you shit for a good couple of minutes.
And Hirsig is watching this pile of guns grow and grow.
It's like, how do they carry so much?
Yeah, what's Hirsick gonna do about this? Hirsick might be AFK, or he might be muted in some other way he doesn't remember.
It was the second one.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, he takes out the one gun he owns. It says, I just want to say for this, I'm so sorry for last time. He says, like, to the border guard, he like pats him on the shoulder. Very sort of, that was totally not me. Here, take that away. You're a good man. Like, pats him on the cheek. He's been huffing a little. What is it?
Jung Nugget?
That's the one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Made
So
you-
he's
made
he's
that
being
shit
very
last,
rambly.
didn't you? Okay.
Yeah. With this border guard.
Okay, Tokala.
I'm gonna stay with Ulfred,
Okay.
but I'm going to, as McGinnis is unloading all his guns, I'm gonna say, if they do anything, just make a sign. Give me a reason.
The sign. Here's the sign. A giant fucking gunshot.
Did you say that in front of the fucking android?
They look at each other.
Sotto voce.
How do they feel about like flintlock pistols? Does
Don't
McGinnis have any?
Don't like any of it.
Okay.
These are
McGinnis got rid of those primitive flintlock pistols years ago.
yeah. Yeah.
Got it. I'll listen.
Okay.
Toby,
end
I
up,
have the message spell. Will you give me the same deal you gave Sid the other day?
Which is what? That you can send messages if you know where the
To
target
a
is?
certain area. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll explain to Tokala if we need help, I'll send you a message. It'll be brief and to the point. You'll know what to do.
Sure. That is right. There you go. Oop. Your message spell still has the titties button on it. Okay, I'll fix that later.
That's fucking
Why?
tits.
When I experiment with macros and stuff, I usually do it with your message spell. You probably
Okay.
didn't know that.
I did not.
So your
indeed.
message spell has a button on it called titties, and if you click it, it pops it says penis in chat.
I clicked on titties and it said I don't have permission.
Yep, only
Yes,
GMs
man.
can do it. It's too great a power for you.
Doing that all the time.
Look, Foundry gets complicated. I need to amuse myself while I troubleshoot. So, yeah,
You do not have permission, Alfred. You do not.
Yeah.
your message is titties. Okay. So, McGinnis, Tokala staying outside. Namkath, what do you think?
Yep. I basically get out of my armor, take the helmet and the earpieces off, and put a couple of other pieces down, and I will follow the rest of them. I'll follow them
Okay.
in.
The giant green sniper rifle stays outside.
Oh no, that's totally hidden. They can't see that.
Lol.
You guys really need a bag of holding.
We've got Ulfred.
Yeah, the dwarf of holding his encumbrance is fucking nuts. 346 pounds is a light load. My ass.
And since I'm a dwarf, I can go past that without lowering my speed.
That's true.
Uh-huh. At the
All right.
position of linebacker for the Chicago Bears. Okay, so Nomcat's going in. Hirsick, you can go in. You come in and they are seated on these benches with lovely deerskin rugs around a warm fire with a spit across it and some fresh meats on it. You see that there are bedrolls and weapon racks, casks of some liquid scattered around the room. They have made this a really warm, honestly quite lovely cave, but it's very deliberately rustic, you can tell. They're just very minimalist. They have a pile of backpacks along the left wall. And to the south, there's a passage with, you can see a glowing brazier in it, and it looks like smithing equipment.
A brazier?
Yeah, like a fire.
Brazier.
Brazier. Sorry, a Dairy Queen brazier to the south.
Got titties on the mind there.
Yeah, Brazier.
Yeah. I'll put a brazier on you. You don't even know what treasure I put in this week. And you see a almost human looking woman step out from the smithing area. And she, at first, you're not sure if she's an android or not, but when she speaks, you're almost certain she is. She has their sort of their unnatural calm to her. And she says, "You brought us the token of our fallen friend. We thank you for this. Well, what is your business here?"
Well, in one part, exploring, just kind of seeing what's here. Another, we're kind of following a trail from apparently quite a long time ago and trying to see if we can find something important.
Something important. Here?
Not in this camp. I think it's further west. But, while we're here, it doesn't hurt to, find allies and people who know about what's going on.
I've heard of your philosophy, and quite frankly, it sounds magnificent.
You have. You also believe that you are born an abomination and can never fully atone for your mere existence.
Oh, uh, yes. She'll
Hmm.
Albert's just shaking his head.
Oh. Oh.
She says, "You are not of our beliefs, but I see that you're close. You're similar. You are natural.
Oh my gosh, Alfred.
Can at least say that for you." You Catholic androids fucking hate themselves.
I didn't realize. I thought so. You hate yourselves because you are technology. I see, but yeah, you see, I am not technology like them, so I'm not an abomination. But I appreciate that they recognize the fact that they are.
Yep.
That's some weird shit.
She pulls up her sleeve, and you see her android lines are just very subtle. They're very easily missed unless she deliberately shows them. And she says, "I feel the burning blood of hell running through my veins every day."
Right. I'm sorry that you were born this way, but have you heard of reincarnation? You might be blessed if you keep fulfilling this wonderful life you have here, living against the sin. You might be reincarnated in your next life as a natural being like us, free of this hellish taint.
We have survived here for many years, but we will soon go out into the world to spread our gospel, to find all of our fellow brethren and explain to them what horrible monsters they are.
Makes perfect sense.
She says, "But you have assisted us, even though you are not not in agreement with our ways. We thank you for this, and we open our arms to you in trade.
So you mean my party is not in agreement with your ways? I just want to be clear. I'm a little. Is it the fact that I am not an android I can't be a part of your ways, or just that I'm walking around with these sinful people?
You are not born a monster as we are.
I see.
You cannot understand the burden of carrying around hell's filth inside you all the time. A constant feeling of self-loathing. As she looks around at the other androids, they all nod.
Do you allow people to marry in to your faith?
No.
Okay, just curious. Just curious. I thought maybe it was a Judaism type of thing.
Awkward.
You can marry into Jews. You just got to convert to Jews.
Yeah. Get
Well,
with the
can you
program.
convert as a man? I thought only like the women converted. Maybe that's
No,
No,
it's
you can.
the people
women. Women are the ones that carry Jewish blood. So a man that marries a woman can be Jewish, but a woman that marries a Jewish man isn't Jewish, or something like that.
Okay.
Typical.
Unaware.
Put all the
Catholics,
responsibility on the ladies.
Catholics are kind of that way too. I think.
Oh, I'm supposed to be Catholic, but I have no fucking clue what that
Right, but
means.
we're
So-
talking about androids that don't reproduce. And yeah. So they're a little
Yeah, I'm just-
confused just by marriage. They could pair off and be romantically involved with each other. They can do that.
Toby, can we just do a whole side quest of religion?
No. No, I regret even bringing us this close to it. But they decline your questions about marriage. They're not
I was
familiar
just
with such
curious, but
things.
that's fine. Yeah, you said you wanted to trade.
We do.
What do you
But
have?
we would bring you back towards the light of magical enchantment and true craftsmanship instead of relying on the devil's technology. No offense as they look at the devil man.
Well, I'm
Who's quite possibly muted again, so he might not.
I'm very gold poor at this moment, but
Oh,
maybe.
that's racist.
Well, do you wish to see
Technically-
what they have to offer?
Technically, it's speciest, but
Yeah, speciest. Good word.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Okay. Then I will introduce you all to the penitent pilgrim patronage. Josh, just to warn you, the icon for the penitent pilgrim shop is one of those pictures of a super roided out Jesus. But they are quite skilled smiths. They sell a lot of masterwork items and they have a few magic ones. And they sell some potions.
The hat. That's great.
Captain's lucky hat.
They also sell the Captain's Lucky Hat. This stylish hat gives the wearer a sense of confident authority and naval competence. While aboard any seagoing or flying vessel, if the wearer is the recognized captain, once per day when they issue a general order to the crew, all of the crew are affected by heroism spell that lasts 1 hour per captain's level. Just wearing the hat grants a circumstance bonus to persuasion skills for anyone who recognize that it is a captain's hat.
Goodness, you could wear this on the raft. How much is this hat?
They want 37.50. Actually, hang on. You brought them their thing, so I'm scaling their prices back. They want 2,500.
Maybe not worth
I kind of wanted to go with my princely robes.
Oh yeah,
it.
forget you're in a full-time wedding gown. They also have here. I know you guys are outside, but just so you can experience the majesty of the Jesus shop. They also have the Holy Beatdown, which are brass knuckles, but they're made out of a silver steel alloy. And they are enchanted to allow divine energy to easily flow through them, and they are treated as the deity's favorite weapon for any good or lawful neutral divine casters. They're comfortable to wear and cast invisibility on themselves when they're not in use.
Neat.
There is also, what is this weapon? It's technically a hammer. Yeah, it's a giant two-handed hammer that they refer to as Thundering Peter. Yep,
Good golly.
you're welcome. And oh yeah, it's a giant two-handed mace of impact. So it's technically it hits like a +1 weapon, but its base damage is 3d6 and it does triple on a crit.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah. They also have the Edge of the Pious, which looks like a scimitar or cutlass. And it is, what is your deal? +1. And yeah, I guess that's it.
I have a bunch of cloaks and amulets and stuff for sale.
They do have a lot of
They're-
basic cloaks and amulets, yeah. Oh, the Sin Shocker. Not to be confused with just the shocker, you know.
what is a sin shocker?
It is a huge sword. Looks like it's actually a falchion that does electrical damage and it's whatever shocking impact. So it does 2d4 is the sword damage and then 1d6 electrical, and on a crit it gets an extra 1d10 electrical. Pretty great.
It's all fine craftsmanship, but I think I'll
They're,
stick with my spear.
you can tell they're really proud of it. They also have the Shogun of the Light, which is a really fancy, beautiful looking samurai armor. And it is +1 magic and has a champion enchantment on it, which grants +2 AC versus any target that the wearer has used Smite, Evil, Challenge, or Bane abilities against.
Too bad Mayheart's not here.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
perfect for him. And then they sell arrows. They can repair broken stuff as long as it's not tech, they'll repair it. They sell masterwork of a lot of different types of weapons and some potions.
What
Crocodile
are
will
the
try to
potions?
sell.
Potions, they
Go
have
ahead.
Cure Light, Cure Mod, Air Bubble, Expeditious Retreat, Pro Evil, and Infernal Healing.
Crocodile will ask if they would be interested in buying a +1 cloak of resistance that she's been carrying.
Oh, sure. They'll give you 50% for it.
When you guys come back to the outside and talk about their magic shop, I'll say I have several things for sale as well.
Okay. Yeah, you can sell stuff to them. They have quite a bit of money, actually.
Okay.
What do I have? What do I have for rings and cloaks and stuff, Sophie?
You are ring protection 2. You are amulet of natural armor 1 and cloak of resistance 1.
Okay, could I sell any of that and upgrade? Do they have anything better than those?
Let me see how much money you've got. You probably don't have enough money. You have like 1,000 gold.
Okay. How much is that cure mod?
Cure mod potion's 300. You want one?
Yep.
Okay.
Will you put that on my sheet for me, please?
Yes, sir. I will do it.
And I'll split this up between everyone, of course.
I think you should just run off with it and see what they do.
Yeah, you can keep
Bye.
it. I don't mind.
This is why I'm the pack mule, so I can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good lord.
Okay.
Well, I got.
Is all this
I got
shit actually on
500
you? Good.
then for mine.
Golly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I did have all that stuff on my sheet.
Well, you guys paid the money to make muleback cords. You did this on purpose. It's okay. And now they have an
Alfred, do you wanna
incredible stock of cloaks of +1 resistance.
They even have a
Alfred,
+2 in there.
if you want, when you divide it up, add 500 to the total from the one I sold.
Okay.
Do we have
you-
a +2 cloak?
You
of
guys
resistance?
didn't. Yeah,
Oh,
did you guys sell
needed it?
one?
Yeah,
That's my bad.
I think mine's +1, isn't it, Toby?
Yeah, buy that one back and then sell them one more resistance +1 for Olbrin. I'll put it on you, Josh.
Thank you. Or no,
Items.
my we upgraded that
Your no,
princely
your
robe is
your
like
your robe functions as cape is cloak resistance +3. You should actually just sell yours. So go
Oh,
ahead. Sorry, Alfred. Do sell the +2 and then sell
all
one
right.
more +1.
Okay, and that's 500.
Yeah. Good memory, Josh. Yeah. Your princely groomsman acts as a belt of con and +3 to saves.
aha, aha, aha.
Which reminds me,
I'm invincible.
as long as you're gonna wear that, you actually own a belt of con, which you could sell.
So I can sell a belt of con rather than
Yeah.
wear it?
Well, your princely groomsman functions as a belt of con as long as you're a person of elven descent. So the groomsman
Oh.
replaces your cloak of resistance and your belt of con.
Okay, so I don't need my belt of con anymore. I can just
Yep.
sell it.
You can sell it for
Okay.
two grand.
Yeah, do that. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So out of all of that, everyone gets 1,864.
Okay. Josh, that takes you up to 4880. Selling your belt and with that chunk, you got almost 5k gold.
Okay, I'll take another cure mod.
Okay. Take that off of your sheet. Buy the first one, then second one, then you have 4,200. Then we go down here to cure mod potion. Increase. You got 2 of those. I shall even try to make you a macro for it. CMOD. Boom. Okay.
Do you like my spear? Crocodile just hold up the spear in front of them.
She takes a look at it and she says, "This is incredible craftsmanship. I suspect some devilry was involved in its creation, but I can't see any evidence of it, which makes me suspect it even more."
Say, I doubt that. It's an artifact passed down through the generations.
I see. Then maybe it can be trusted.
Well, thank you for your trade. Guys, do we have other questions we'd like to ask them about this valley we're in? Don't want to overstay our welcome.
Ask them
here.
what they know about the butchers.
And the fungus people?
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah.
them.
They
No
say
one
we
over in here has a question.
they say we wish no conflict with any other denizens of the valley. As long as those are clean of technology or submit to a cleansing, we leave them unharmed.
Have the butchers submitted to cleansing?
I do not know of any butchers.
Have you seen someone that looks like me? She holds up her forearms. I've heard
Yes.
she's here
Yes,
most.
but she carries just massively sinful things with her.
And she has
I
fought
would like to.
Go ahead, Krakow.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
And she has fought with the others, some of the other denizens in the valley?
She does. She fights with nearly everyone. She appears to get along with Peter.
She recently killed something large, something dangerous in the valley?
She did. And Harab gestures over to a pile of junk over by some of their smithing tools, and you can see some metal scraps that were clearly from the destroyed robot site that they hauled back here. Nothing with any moving parts or computer parts or anything like that, just chunks of metal. And she says, "We have brought back a sample of the creature to destroy it and sacrifice."
Can you describe the creature, what it looked like before it was destroyed?
We have seen it once in a while. I believe there were 2. She looks to her scouts and they nod. And she says, like a scorpion, like a scorpion 20 feet high and 60 feet long with a tail that could reach you almost across the valley. It's an unbelievably dangerous creature and absolutely evil. A giant and hideous creation of technology run amok.
And this other Kasath was able to kill it?
She did, using its own evil devilry against it.
This Kasath, like me, she tried to kill us. Actually, I believe she led us straight towards some evil trees to the north. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. We were following her, and she led us there to die. So she's no friend of ours either, despite the fact that I might look like
One of the
her.
one of the scouts like literally raises his hand like a child looking at her, and she nods at him, and he says, "Pardon me, traveler, but we do not know the other four-armed woman very well, but we know her exploits, and if she wanted you dead, you would be dead, in my opinion."
We almost were. Two of my companions here. She gestures towards non-cat and one that's outside. Both of them almost did die. We escaped by the skin of our teeth, as they say. So I think she underestimated our power personally. That
Harab
was her back,
says
though.
she lives across the river to the north somewhere. There are very
Right.
dangerous creatures up in those valleys. We do not go west, we do not go north, and perhaps in recognition of our respect, they do not enter our valley.
I guess that answers my next question. I was going to ask if you would be willing to party with us temporarily as the lesser of two evils. Yes, we have tech, but not the type that I've heard her using with robots and everything. Maybe you would party with us to help capture her. But I guess not. You don't go north, you say.
She shakes her head and says, "We are on our path, and you must walk yours."
Okay.
How long have you been on your path? How long have you been in this valley?
Around 30 solar cycles.
Have you ever heard of a being named Cassandali?
No.
Interesting. We are on her path that she set hundreds of years ago. And,
I do not know the name.
you know, I'm not surprised. Her journey ended a long time ago.
See.
It ended violently, though, and that's our concern. Perhaps at the hands of this, or something similar to this same being that the other Kasatha was able to end.
Those beings commit atrocities, but we do not possess any weapon that can strike them down. And they avoid us or ignore us. So we do not take our quarrel to them.
We were told by the old druid to be aware of something near the river and lakes at night. What would he been talking about? Are you aware of this?
She says, "We do not swim in the lake at night, partially on Peter's advice. Peter is very competent in the woods. And if he advises against an area, we take that warning very seriously. We have never seen any of our people attacked at the lake, but we also do not cross it at night, as per his advice." Another one of the scouts raises his hand and says, "I once saw a light in the lake."
In the lake or hovering over the lake?
In the lake.
Like it was under the waters?
Yes. Far out. Deep.
Interesting. Far out and deep. Thank you.
Those of you that have been around Morgana, and I saw what you said earlier, Nomcath. I wish Morgana could be here for this. She would she would give these guys a talking to. Um, but those of you that have been around an android, and Tokala, you always thought Morgana was a little weird and were very suspicious of her. And after this, she seems like so normal. These guys are really boring. They're so boring. Like they don't have any personality at all, it feels like.
The damn vampire lady was the cool one.
Yep. Yep. And Mayanda, like you've had a number of conversations with Mayanda now. Mayanda has a lot more personality than these guys. It's still same kind of flat facial expressions. They don't get excited about anything, but these guys are just so laser focused on what they're doing that they can't seem to care about anything else.
Don't even really understand what they're doing. It's,
Oh,
it's just like living in the woods and hating themselves.
Yeah.
Kind of like monks.
Yeah. Well, they do say that they are. They'll talk to you about that. They say that they are a small portion of their faith. That they're about a third of them, and the other 2/3 are out across Numeria searching for more pilgrims, more androids to redeem. To redeem meaning talk them into a boring existence of self-loathing without amenities.
Do I get any sense of like divine powers if I do a spellcraft on Arad?
Sure.
Let's see. Yeah, little shit roll.
Nomcath came in, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, Kath is in. Oberon is in.
Nomcath, roll me a stealth check. You're not sneaking, but roll me a stealth check. Her scouts are professional sneaky people, although you suspect Ranger, not Rogue. She, with your 28 stealth, you're like, there's at least 6 places on her that could have a concealed dagger, and I kind of feel like they do. You think Harab is a very high level rogue.
Yeah.
And everything about her gear says rogue to you, not ranger. So it was game recognized game.
Yep.
And you also saw her side eye you for a split second too. Okay.
Oben would ask one last question. Do you know exactly what happened to the druid?
No. When we came to the valley, he has always behaved as he does. Very strange. But humans deteriorate in different ways from us. We do not understand his mental state.
He's doing better now, I can assure you. He's much better with it, though he is a bit strange still, but some things can't be helped. He is human after all.
They say, but he is unharmed. He is healthy.
Oh, I. He had some nasty things up in his head, but me goddess gave me the strength to wash him away for him. Can hear the trees now and the plants and whatnot. They said hello to him again. He seemed very pleased.
Several of them nod. She says, well, even though you carry the devil with you, you are a blessing on this valley. And
I just realized I'm not here. I apologize.
You're good. I would have relayed that information to your
No.
Yeah.
At this, like,
Maybe
because
when
I
you're
wanted you
selling,
guys
make them
to
outside.
see the shop. You guys have like a big swap meet, which probably for them means they come outside.
Okay.
Like realistically, they're outside and they're all trying not to look at your tech because it's gross.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
works.
But you do have some nice magic items to sell, the sort of stuff that they like to accumulate. And all of their rings and amulets and all of their stuff, some of it looks like they made it and they're really competent craftspeople, but also A lot of it looks like it comes from different corners of Numeria. Like this cloak is something that's in fashion in Chesed. If Gavrilo was here, he'd be like, "I know the shop that made that." But um, so a lot of their magic items are clearly they've swapped. They have a lot of swap meets with people.
Well, do you guys want to head out from here? I don't have any other questions for them.
I don't either.
Well, the druid said something about fungus people.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what he was talking about?
Yes, they are not our enemy, but I would advise you to steer clear of them. They will eat your brain.
Where are they? Could you point them out? We have a map here.
I believe they are on the north side. They are at war with the others who live on the west side. We we must stay out of this.
All right. Well, that's
Oh, thanks again.
all right. Yeah. Thank you.
Travel
Watch
safely.
out for spiders.
Spiders are terrible.
Once we get enough distance from this place, if Krokta felt like she's alone, she would say to the party, honestly, y'all, I think
Before
take them.
when he gets ready to start talk up, or she starts talking on that, now I'm kind of when it puts a finger up and gives a real good look around after realizing just how stealthy everybody is.
Okay.
Make sure they weren't
Yeah, so she'll
following
wait.
us.
So does he?
There you
Make
go.
sure we're not being followed.
Okay. Yeah, it looks as you take 10 minutes to let Ulfred and Nomkath pick up all their stuff. The androids, I mean, you think you were looking at all of them? Like there were 5 or 6 in the cave and 2 standing guard outside, and they're still there and they watch you go.
Yeah.
You
And none
don't
of them
see
look like
anybody hiding
yeah.
nearby, and there's not that much good place. Looks like they actually keep the brush fairly clear within a couple 100 feet of the entrance of their cave so that they can clearly see anybody approaching
Well, it
and
was more along the lines of
tracks.
once we got
Gotcha.
away.
Gotcha.
I want to make sure they weren't following us.
If Nomkath mentioned something like that, Krokta would have cast Pass Without Trace to make it a little harder
Okay.
for them to follow us.
That actually makes it impossible.
Yeah.
Cool. So this once we get far enough and Nomkath thinks we're safe, Krokta would definitely say, guys, I think we could take them. They didn't seem that strong. We could take all of their loot. Honestly, we'd be doing them a favor. They hate themselves anyway. Like, they're ridding the world of their abomination, you know?
Crocta,
Well,
are
I
you all
didn't.
right? I
I
They're
mean,
not alive.
well, first you're talking about wanting to capture your fellow person when you were so adamant about talking with her before, and I thought that was just you playing into them and trying to get them on their side, on our side. But now you're talking about like genocide.
Uh, it's not genocide. There are other androids. But
You're talking about killing a whole group of people for no reason, for greed, even.
Bollocks to murder, mate.
I don't have a
it's not.
single. I don't have a single problem stripping the corpses of people who tried to fight, who tried to hurt me, or or hurting other people and stuff like that. And hell, I'll sneak into some rich guy's place and take a couple of bags of gold because he can afford to lose it. But I'm not gonna go kill people and take their stuff just because they've got stuff.
Alright, I hear you. I mean, you saw how lifeless they were. Were they even alive? I thought they were robots. I
It's
don't
their
really have much respect
choice.
for them.
They're sentient creatures with their
Barely.
own will.
I think they may
I
have
don't know about
packed
that.
up. They may need Ulfred's hammer upside the head to knock them straight, but that's still their freaking choice.
Mm, well, I agree to disagree. I just don't like seeing them around, period. But it's okay. To me, they're no different than a robot. But I was willing to
well,
use
that's
them as a
because you're
tool to
hard-hearted
get.
about your own beliefs. So I don't think you're
Yeah,
gonna get anywhere in this discussion.
I
So
don't
where are we
like
going
robots
next?
either. I don't like robots either. And trust me, if any of them looked at me sideways, they would have gotten a couple of daggers in their eyes and then a few other places. Why do you think I was paranoid about them trying to follow us?
I love this discussion.
Listen, I didn't want to be the first to say it, Crocodile.
Do you want to kill
But
them too?
uh, but then I started. Is their stuff even nice enough to warrant killing them?
No. The
Take
answer to that is no.
I mean, we got about 1,800 gold for everything we sold each, right? So if we take
Yeah,
all that back, we can sell it again. Yeah, that's fine. I don't
ain't
really need the
that
gold. I'm
important.
just trying to help you guys. I know you like your things and your gadgets. I'm just trying to, help the tribe here. Wealth to the
Yeah.
tribe. I
But
don't really need it. I just don't like the robots. I don't give a shit about the stuff, to be honest. I just want them gone. I don't like them. They give me the heebie-jeebies, and they seem to hate themselves already. So I thought we're aligned on that. But if you guys don't want the stuff, I mean, maybe you're sick. Maybe you said it's not even worth it.
I just it seems like a lot of effort.
We would have
Yeah,
to
trust
expend
me.
resources for not necessarily getting the resources back. So
And you don't want
we've
to
got other
mess.
things to do.
You don't want to mess with that leader lady. She's good. My tail was
Not as good
twitching
as you,
around her.
Not as
No,
good as you,
probably
right?
better.
Knockout.
Probably better. I'm
Don't get me
honest.
wrong. We could
I
do it.
know my limits. I know my limits. She's probably better than me.
Wow. Well, okay.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, but it's not worth it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That would be an atrocity I couldn't live with. Now let's stop this terrible talk and continue on.
Okay. One night away from them, you are. Let's see. You can have 2 more hexes of movement. Which way are you guys going?
He
We
wants to
didn't
go up
discuss
to the.
Croctus is going to lead them north because Crocta really wants to go to
Okay.
the person. So if you guys notice, she's not going to talk with you this time and just kind of start leading in the direction she wants to go. And you can see if you can tell.
Nomcath already said that we would, he would be all for doing this next. He thought it would be stupid to go all the way up there and then all the way back down to visit the androids.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
I know someone else who liked to lead without listening to the people who were following them, and their name was Adolf Hitler.
Oh wow. Wow.
And didn't he preach genocide too?
No.
Let's see. There's another
Yeah.
thing in common.
God, and Crocta even asked if they were like Jewish people. Ugh,
Oh,
that's not good.
wow.
You guys might have to take out Crocta.
And
Rike.
she likes gas attacks.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that's
God. Rika, your characters are just such a gift. Just such like a GM. You're like, how can I create conflict? I just sit back and shut up. I don't do a
Wow.
goddamn thing. That was better than anything I could have said.
Yeah, because Nomcat's gonna be keeping an eye on her now.
Yeah, that was some sus as fuck shit to say.
they're robots.
Especially for a druid, you know.
No, exactly. Especially for a druid, they're robots. Who gives a shit? They're robots on a world that's not even my world.
Yeah,
I don't give
yeah.
a fuck about.
He agrees with them that he hates technology, except he does just have the benefit of not needing to hate himself. He just gets to hate.
Exactly. I'm
Literally,
like, you're totally
yeah,
right.
It does.
if
It all
I could
checks out.
summarize, the androids are like, we hate ourselves. Crocta, I hate you too.
Yeah. There you go.
Exactly.
It's called having
Like
your cake and eating it too.
They've done 99% of the way. They just need to take it that final percent and kill
Also,
themselves.
also something in common with the Nazi regime. Yes.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think
Wait a
the
minute,
only
wait a
thing
second,
left.
Maybe-
wait. forearms. The swastika has forearms.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
whoa!
Maybe you could
If he
rise up as
bends
their
all of his
leader.
elbows, all of her elbows at a 90-degree angle.
Maybe you could rise up as their leader and make them genocide themselves. That'd be.
Well, I already did it to the chipmunks. If
That
you didn't notice.
that would be an incredible bluff check. You threw the chipmunk society into chaos. There's now going to be like the
Next
chipmunk
time,
wars in this whole valley.
Not me. Yeah.
I will dominate the Scar of the Spider.
Look,
Reclaim
I didn't want to
everything
tell you
myself.
guys this, but next week I've prepared chipmunk characters for all of you, and we're gonna like micro zoom in and play the chipmunk wars just in the forest north of Peter's drugstore. It's gonna be an epic struggle between different factions, and you
Do
guys
they
will be
have classes?
you'll be little chipmunk heroes. They'll be furry. Everybody wins,
It's gonna be like Redwall.
and everyone's gonna need a voice modulator.
I've only got a space modulator. Sorry.
Because if you don't talk like this, you can't play.
Okay, so that's that night's movement. You're still in the Android Valley, so your chance of encounter is very low. We'll go ahead and check to make sure nothing weird happened. No.
I'll hide the campsite too.
Your hiding campsite reduces my chance of weird shit to basically 0. Okay. Next day, 3 more hexes. Where would you like to go? Oh, it's nighttime and you're by the river. What can this mean?
Only good things.
You guys want to check out the river?
River campsite.
Yeah.
I heard get on the raft and cross the river at night.
Or airwalk above the river while throwing pieces of meat into it.
I think both those are terrible ideas.
Let's go night fishing.
Let's go frog gigging.
Hell yeah.
Back on Casas, there was a small creek I would spearfish in. I had quite the talent.
Do we have any explosives left?
Oh my god. I believe the answer to that is yes. Even though I haven't heard McGinnis in a while, but I think the answer to that is yes.
McGinnis, do you want to go dynamite fishing?
Oh, it's been a while since I've done that, my friend. I'm afraid if we do that, we might catch a fish we'd rather we hadn't. Let's save these explosions for bad guys.
Another funeral pyre.
Yeah, we might have to blow up Croctaw here in a couple days.
A fitting burial. It's what he'd want. She would want.
Hell yeah.
Wait. So now the new character's getting blown up too? I was away for a few seconds.
I mean, we're saying this right in front of you.
Yeah, what's your next character concept? The party's killed another one of yours.
I'll let you know in a few seconds.
Okay.
What kind of stats will Croctaw skin get me if I wear it?
Oh my god. You guys forgot to take some kind of token from Eldrin. You have nothing to prove he existed.
Should have taken a hand or something and made a monkey's paw.
By book 6, every character will have one of Enrique's.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, did you guys sell the arc rifle? He had some other shit too that got distributed. Okay, so are we camping inside of the river? Or are we camping in the woods, hiding like little cowards?
I vote river.
There's dangerous things in the woods, too. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah, let's do the river. I'm curious.
The river.
Yeah.
It's gonna start swimming.
Okay. You camp by the river. I think we'll just use our regular campsite map here. You guys find a campsite that is, what are we thinking? 5 feet from the river? 100 feet? 500 feet? How far away?
I vote for at least
Say
100 feet. Yeah, no need to be right on the river.
Yeah.
100 feet's a little far.
Yeah, I was thinking like 50.
I was
I
thinking
mean, you're a little far out
maybe
there.
30.
30
Maybe
feet would be
50.
close enough
Yeah.
for some
Crocta
night
goes.
swimming, you know?
Yeah. Crocta takes off her clothes, jumps in the river.
Oh, gross.
Leaves the mouth cover on though.
Gross.
Can't let you see that.
Up. Harrison's found his chipmunk barbarian concept.
Yes.
Chipmunk with a great axe.
Nice.
Nice.
He's so angry.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Looks pretty adorably angry. All right. So, on first watch, you are, I heard 50 feet from the river?
Also, are we actually gonna not night fish or anything? So, Kyle, if you wanted to, Crocta would go with you and try.
I mean, I don't have any fishing poles or anything, but
Or try to spearfish.
I
sure.
think it was 30 feet is what we agreed on.
Okay, 30 feet. And first watch is McGinnis, Alfred. So, first watch, you're just doing that, or when is the night fishing happening?
Third watch.
Third watch. Okay.
Move to Kyle.
Oh my god, I still have my snorkel. Let's
Oh,
spearfish.
Awesome.
I still have my snorkel. What the fuck is that from?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows in this campaign? There's so much weird shit laying around. Ulfred's backpack, inside of it looks like a steampunk from a circus. Okay. Nothing happens first watch. Second watch is who?
Elbrin and Namkath?
Olbrin and Namkath. Or
Mm-hmm. Oberyn
You-
and Namkath.
you and Namkath. Okay, go ahead and roll perceptions for me. What are your positions? Are you staying 30 feet away from the water? Are you getting closer?
30 feet away.
Try that again, Josh. Namkath might be AFK. 20's pretty good perception check. Namkath gonna make you. Holy fuck. 35. Is he still AFK? He went AFK a couple minutes ago. Namkath says, Olbrin, do you see... Never mind. And he's just sort of staring out at the water
What?
to the northwest.
See what?
He says he's not sure, but for a second, maybe the moon was reflecting funny, but the water looked... It was pretty far away, but the surface of the water looked lit up or something.
How far out you think?
Hundreds of feet from here. I barely saw it and it's gone now. I could have imagined it. Swamp gas refracting the light from Venus, says Alfred.
Wonderful.
How deep into the watch are we?
You're 30 feet away, and that's out in the middle of the river, which could be 50
How deep into the watch are we?
into the watch. Oh, like halfway through. Middle of the night.
Keep watch or wake up the others?
He's AFK, so that's kind of up to you.
Mm.
If it were me, I would have everyone wade out into the water about neck deep and just try to swim across the
Yes.
river at night.
I think it's a good idea.
Dog paddle. Thrash around a lot. Maybe turn some lights on before you go.
Yeah. Well, we know there's something out there. I mean, let's not be ignorant about it. Oh, shoot. I'm not sure what to do. Because I know I can rest in 2 hours, but everybody else needs full rest, so.
Yeah, you have already full rested. You full rested while first watch was up.
Josh, I don't really need a full night's rest. I have no spells to replenish.
And we didn't do much yesterday as far as spells.
Okay, I'll wake everybody up and explain what we saw.
Okay,
And say,
everyone's.
let's at least let's stay awake for a little while, see if anything happens. But if nothing happens after a while, we'll resume normal watches. But Nomcast's pretty sure he saw something.
What was it you saw?
He thought he saw possibly a reflection of light off the water, but it also could have been something underneath. And we know that there was possibly something in the water that glowed. So I'm guessing, betting on the latter.
Is there a moon in the sky?
Yes, and you can clearly see it reflecting off the water. Bright silver. Nomcat says that it was silver, and then for the briefest instant it had this distinct reddish hue, and then it was gone, and it stayed silver since then.
Robot? Do we want to go investigate?
I mean, I got no way to do it, but if you think you got a way, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm also not a druid that deals with water, so.
Do you think
Yeah,
my
can I still
chainsaw?
see?
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Do you think a chainsaw would work underwater?
Can I put air bubble on a chainsaw?
No, that's a knowledge engineering question for someone.
I did not have that.
Yeah, I don't have any points in that.
I think
Oh.
Ulfred and Nomcast the only two.
Maybe McGinnis.
I could try.
I think it sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Do I agree with him?
You have seen him use the chainsaw once or twice now, and every time he's done it, the chainsaw has covered itself and parts of him and others in blood and pureed flesh. It must be waterproof to function the way that it does.
Seems legit.
At least it's at least very splash resistant.
Yeah.
I think the waterproof is not the question, so that it can get air and needs air.
Yeah. Well, it is powered by electricity and guts. It actually absorbs a certain amount of fuel from the guts of Tokala killing people. But it saves that up in like a compartment where it processes the fuel. It's this ingenious / terrifying dual motor system that Mayanda designed.
Okay.
So for a time, it can actually run underwater. It sounds like a combustion engine because that sounds cooler, but it's actually electricity and mineral powered.
Yeah, it's totally just like little speakers on the bottom.
It's basically a BMW electric car.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fake motor noises. Look, Mayanta was a gladiator. She liked to make an entrance, so...
So, Crocta can still, if Nomcat can still see the reflection, Crocta would ask him to point it out to her.
He says it was out in the deeper parts of the river, farther to the northwest of us. It's at least 600-700 feet away from this spot, and it was just the briefest moment. But it was definitely over the deeper water.
Okay, so 600-700. So if I go towards the edge of the river, then it's within range of the spell I'm going to cast.
Okay.
So I try to ask Nomcat if he can... Shit, that's so far out there. We're not going to be able to see it. I can't see that far.
What's your name? Crocta. I have elevate. I can cast elevate. If you can propel us out there, maybe we can see something.
Yeah, I could
Yes,
totally blow us
levitate
out
over
there.
the water. Yeah.
Levitate. Yeah, that couldn't
Because
go
what I was
wrong, could
thinking,
it?
I can actually lower the water. If we get to the area where Nomcat saw it, I can make the water disappear from that area, create like a little air-filled whirlpool.
Well,
So if there is some type of
I can
fish,
cast levitate on me, and if you can propel us, then I can also cast haste on us, so we have some good speed. And if you can propel us at good speed, we'll have some movement, I think.
okay, yeah, I can do that. I can create like 25-mile-per-hour winds that could blow us as long as you hold out your wedding robe there, like little sails. We could float out
Would that be
over the river.
possible, Toby? What do you how do you GM that?
You are going to levitate and then air blast yourself around.
I'm gonna let Croc
Uh,
Talk kind of blast me around. I'm not sure how that would
How
work.
long can
I
you
was gonna
create
use
sustained air current?
control wind. The one I did with the hurricane, I can do it for 90 minutes. I
Oh
can
my
make
god, that's a huge amount of wind. You will fling yourselves into the sun.
also I can make it less if I want. I don't have to go up to the
Okay.
max amount. So I can
Okay.
do however much
Oh, you
that
can
we
lower the
need
speed
to.
too, not just the size of it?
Yeah, I think I can. Let me see.
I remember that you can shrink it and control the size of it, which is really cool. But
Hmm.
if you can control the speed of it, that's what you need. Because you definitely don't want to levitate and then fling yourselves at 90 miles an hour out towards an unknown potential danger. At
Right.
least I don't think you want to do that.
Just fling Albert into a tree. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Just look. There's no way Enrique is going to end up on a fourth character this campaign.
So for every 3 caster levels, you can increase or decrease wind strength by 1 level.
Yeah. So
Each round on your turn, a creature in the wind, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I feel like I don't have to increase it by 3 wind strengths. So I could increase it just
Yeah.
enough to push us out there.
Okay. So it's a strong wind, but not blasting you guys at amazing speed.
I'm not really sure. So how are we gonna fight this thing when we're just levitating?
You're not. You're going to blow past it. Like you're gonna blast yourself over and see what you see. And then I guess before the duration's up, you're gonna blast
Or
yourself
we could
back.
go diving. Yeah, like Takala said, I can put air bubble on everyone and we can just jump in.
Come on, guys, let's not be weenies.
Yeah, we had a battle in 2 sessions almost.
You can fly, right, Croc Talk? Because I can only levitate myself.
Only as a bird.
Well, that's the only drawback. I can only levitate myself because I only have it once per day.
Well, so I can put air bubble on our companions here. They could, or isn't there one like they can make them swim?
I have a scroll of communal airwalk.
Oh, I can do airwalk for everyone too. Yeah, or not for everyone, but a lot of people.
Oh,
So do we want to
Oh.
do that? If we do airwalk, we could just walk above the river towards this thing. Then I can lower the water in where Nomcat perceived the object, and we can see if anything shows up in the hole.
yes.
I have no idea what's going on, but sure.
I really want to kill something, Nomcat. I'm a little itchy after not getting to genocide. No, just kidding. I didn't say that.
We were
No.
discussing going and diving into this water to fight this thing.
Or airwalking over where you saw it.
Yeah.
And
And
apparently,
then
I was about to say,
dropping the water.
I see a perception check, so apparently I saw something.
Nomcat
Yeah.
saw for an instant a strange light or reflection of light on the surface of the water 600 or 700 feet away on the river. He only saw it for an instant. He was sort of looking at the reflection of the moon on the river, and it was momentarily way more red than silver, and then it went back to normal, just in an instant.
I think if this thing is dangerous, then, and we have the ability to
We
be
kill it before it
invisible,
kills us.
Exactly.
walking above the water to peek in and have the jump on it, that would be a good thing.
Let's do it. So, Wilfred, how many people can you airwalk?
I don't know. It's a scroll, so it'd be the lowest possible level for communal airwalk. Hold on.
I can airwalk 2 people for a total of 90 minutes. And I can fly like a bird.
So it
Open can
doesn't
fly.
seem to specify.
So we
Yeah,
only
it's
need...
just creatures touched, so I can touch everyone. It's a 5th level spell, so that means a minimum 9th level casting, I think. So I can do 9 people for 10 minutes.
So I can do 2 people for... do I have to split the minutes? I have 10 minutes per level. Oh, I can cast it twice, so I can do 2 people for 90 minutes. I can fly. Olbern can fly. So then, Olford, could you split yours and do more than 10 minutes? Or
Yeah.
you said 10 minutes per level? Sorry.
Yeah, I think you have to do it in 10-minute intervals, but I think more if you do less than the max amount of people, you can do split the intervals evenly between people.
Cool. So yeah, if you can cover the last 3 of you, then we can all get out there.
It won't be as long as you guys, but yeah.
Are we taking some time to prepare some spells? Because I'll swap some out if we are.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to prepare some water breathing. Just in case.
Good idea.
And Touch of the Sea is a druid spell.
Yeah, it is. It's a great spell.
Just in
Hmm.
case.
I've never heard of that spell.
My soup
How
spoke
does it...
to me and told me that that's how it works.
Your soup.
Yeah.
I
My
see.
prawn chowder.
Chowder.
I generally just turn into an aquatic animal, but let me see. Let me think about it for a second.
All right. Well, before your planning gets too much farther, I will quit sitting here and not telling you this. But befriending Peter, defeating this evil devil trees, and befriending the androids makes you guys 10th.
Ding 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 ding.
Hell
ding.
yeah.
More funness.
Not you here, Sick.
Do we get it
Uh.
right now, or do we gotta rest first?
You will need to rest to have the benefits of it.
So plan for tomorrow night?
Pretty much.
I just rested.
Yeah.
I just rested, so I'm good. I'm good.
Olbern's 10th.
That's,
You look more powerful today, or right now. Like, more powerful.
Suddenly,
You know,
I
I
feel
got a good
more
night's-
confident.
I got a good night's sleep, y'all.
Maybe we
feel
should
it's-
try that. Maybe we'll all look as good as Olbern if we just sleep on it. Try it. So are we gonna go out there or no? I don't know. I'm totally cool with going out and trying to kill something. But...
Yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
All right.
That
so I
that
will
plan
prepare...
always ends up great.
So okay, I'll do a bunch of Touch of the Sea for people too. If you
Um,
guys want. And does that let you breathe in the water?
No, Touch of the Sea is for swim speed and it's minutes
Okay.
per level, so save it until we need it.
Are you guys
Okay,
going out
I
there
prepare-
before you level?
Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah, fucking ballers.
Hell yeah.
YOLO.
I did
Fearless
I did
motherfuckers. Who needs a level?
I did the math, and if we cast Airwalk from the scroll and from Croctaw, and we split it amongst the 6 of us that need to fly, we can each get 30 minutes equally.
Nice.
But I get an advanced rogue talent.
All right, so I put the 2 airwalks out there. And let's see.
Tobus, did I actually level up for my rest or no?
Oh no, nobody's leveling up. I mean,
Nah.
no. If you guys go to the river now, you go to the river at 9th.
do it.
Okay.
And we're about to quit for this week, so I suspect after you think about this all week, you'll probably change your minds. But if you go into the lake at 9th, I am super impressed with your patience, restraint, determination, etc., etc.
I think it's a great idea.
Do it. Yeah, challenge accepted.
Fuck
And
yeah.
so the campaign never actually made it to 10th. We all got eaten by a giant turtle.
I'd be totally fine with that.
It'll be a hell of a story. On to Shackles, where we also got eaten by a giant turtle.
Yeah, you guys wake up in the belly of a turtle.
That's not bad.
Fuck.
I actually have a map for that.
Awesome.
No shit. That's
Next campaign is Chipmunk campaign. Chipmunk swashbuckler.
Yes.
hell yeah.
And chipmunks are +6 dex, -2 to everything else. So great race to be.
Okay, so they're just super goblins.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else we want to do or address or talk about? Because I don't think we're going to start this fight tonight. Okay.
I don't have anything other than I'll start hasting and casting other stuff as we get into it. But
There is time for the passing the spear around if everyone wants to.
Oh my god.
everyone should share their feelings before we go.
Oh my gosh, I would love to. Give me the spear.
Here you go.
Chuck it
Awesome, Ed.
out into the fucking woods. Go get it back from the chipmunks.
Okay, hold on a sec. Dropta definitely reacts to that.
Uh-oh. Are you about to walk up on stage and slap Takala in front of the Academy Awards?
Dropta just tries to push him and says, "You go get it for me." It's my ancestor's spear, Takala.
Oh, it's a fortitude saving throw?
Yeah, just trying to push you.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, make the half orc do a fortitude roll. It's like
Tries again.
It's like making the cat folk do a dex check.
Nah, ignore the control wins.
Awesome. Why not? That'd be hilarious.
Level the force. You're trying to knock Takala down. You fling Olbrin and Nomcath miles away.
I dare you.
Let's see. Well, if that's the case.
Option A, level up and explore the river. Option B, don't level up and explore the river. Option C, get in a party-on-party fight and kill each other.
I'll try that. I know it's.
And the rest of you explore the river.
Oh, see, that's a little, yeah. See, single person targeted.
Very focused.
Ah, you motherfucker. All right.
You really need to get him with a dex save. He's awesome
Honestly,
at everything.
All my saves are pretty stellar.
Let me see.
Can I drop them both in a pit?
So.
Drop them both in a. You can drop. You might want to drop them in separate pits. I think they need to be separated. You go to your corner. You.
Your ancestors weep at your ineptitude.
Oh, you piece of shit. I'm gonna get you. Just wait. Just wait.
Oh yeah, this shit's getting good.
They're on a tree branch with popcorn.
Yeah, it's like all the woodland creatures are watching this fight happen and loving it.
I mean, I can't call a lightning storm on Tokala. That's a little too much, right?
Is that taking it too far?
It is reflex, but
Is
5d6 electricity damage.
Is annihilating an entire community taking it too far?
Tokala's never thought so, but if you're that restrained, good on you.
Yeah. I'll just try entangle maybe.
All right. Well,
He's
that's
really gonna sit here and blow through all his spells.
all right. Well, we're gonna quit for the evening. I'm gonna stop the recording, and
I was about to say, then he was Rocktile was about to get a double shank because he's tired of this bullshit.
He threw my spear.
he did throw the talking spear. That was
He
a
threw
rude gesture.
the spear of my ancestors. Come on. Damn that! I did not want that entangle to do everyone. By the way. just.
Everyone reflex saves.
Oh no! Come on, Crocta can control it more than that.
Can she though? Oh, your six fine. Nomcath fine. McGinnis fine. Alfred snagged.
And
What?
Oberon.
I get a +2.
Oh, no, you made
reflex
it.
Spells.
You made it.
Thank you very much.
And
Sorry.
Olbrin failed. Natural 1.
Sorry,
Oh.
Oberon. Crocta will walk over.
I set the
and
vines on
entangle
fire.
Oberon.
Oh man.
I mean, at this point, you might as well just lightning bolt him. The party is coming apart at the seams. I thought we were going to go to 10th
Yeah.
We're
level,
gonna talk about our
and
feelings.
we were just clearly
Light up,
Hearsec has been
everybody. Light
poisoning
up
the
and
water
receive
or
your
something.
punishment.
Friends. We
Oh God!
all this after I just felt us come together so much as a group.
No, I'm picturing McGinnis going, "You call that betraying the party? I'll show you betraying the party."
And as we lay dying, he goes, "I was possessed."
Something came over me.
Okay, so I see Nomcath actually targeted Crocta there. Did McGinnis target Crocta?
Yep. Yep. Well, no, the McGinnis didn't. Ulfred did. Ulfred did.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so Ulfred hit me 100%.
Oh no.
I did not mean for this.
Wait, hold on.
Next time someone hands you the conversation spear, maybe you shouldn't choose chaos.
Okay, so Ulfred's first one hit me. Nomcath's the only other.
I'm feeling less and less
Nomcath.
like you guys are gonna go attack the river tonight.
Wait, who were you aiming at, McGinnis?
No, he's just shooting wildly and attacking me.
Oh yeah, a bullet for each
my
of
God.
you.
He's
Game over! Game over!
shooting into the air.
He's just fanning the gun across the camp. Fuck everybody!
Yeah. What's going on?
Hey, McGinnis, if you're gonna kill the whole party, I'd just like to remind you, you're carrying the grenade launcher.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
good God.
Oh yeah. It could have been so much cleaner.
This grenade launcher's already tasted elf blood. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna like roll back the cannon about 5 turns to where you guys were still plotting like civilized, tactically
Fine.
intelligent beings.
So that must be before he
Fine.
threw the spear, right?
I won't throw the spear.
Oh, but I
Right.
want that to be canon.
Okay, fine. I threw the spear.
You threw the spear. An awkward standoff ensued.
Well, no, this is what I can see would work out. Tokala throws a spear. Croctaw tries his wind thing. It does nothing. You know. Nomcath had no problem with 1, maybe 2 attempts. Croctaw just kept going and was talking about genocide before, so it was time to put some sense into him. I mean, he would admit, yeah, Tokala was an asshole. If you could have knocked him over, he would have deserved it. No big deal.
See, this is the dangerous precedent that was set by Will Smith.
Exactly. That's who inspired me.
That there's no consequences because they're friends. They've known each other for years. And he set the precedent that you can just walk up and bitch slap your friend if he says something you don't like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Laugh at his joke
Well,
and then do that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Octa's gonna burn through this potion of dark vision and then wander off into the forest looking for her spear, all sad and dejected.
I'll
She
help you
can't
find
see.
it, buddy.
Thank you. Someone knows the meaning of community here. Would you like to tell me your feelings, old
You're talking about the community after you offered to destroy one.
Yeah, but it's not a real community. You guys not handle the
Yeah, it's
divine
not
philosophy?
a community, it's a race, so I think it's slightly worse.
No. They aren't alive. Can't kill
Yeah.
a
Yeah, they're
rock.
not real people.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And once you accept that, killing them will be so much easier. I promise.
Okay,
you.
I'm just gonna stop the recording right
Wow.
there.